Welcome back, everyone, to the Arizona Diamondbacks franchise here on MLB Show 19. As today, the D-backs have a very important series, a 4-game set against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And as you can see, the NL West, currently a 2-team race between the D-backs and the Dodgers. Dodgers do have a firm position in first, 5 games ahead. And this is a very, very talented team on paper, maybe the best roster in all of baseball. And don't sleep on Arizona. Even though they're 5 games back, if they were in any other division, they'd probably be in first. So these are debatably the 2 best teams in baseball facing off in a 4-game series in Los Angeles. And this is Arizona's chance to really prove themselves and really become a household name if they want to contend for the World Series. Obviously, they don't quite have the talent that this Dodgers team does, but if Arizona continues to play well, they certainly have a chance to contend. And assuming these 2 teams do play in the first round of the playoffs, assuming Arizona does win the wild card game, or if they win the division and the Dodgers win the wild card game, that would be a very fun series for sure. And maybe this is a little preview of what we are going to get as you take a look at the Dodgers stats. Such a talented ball club. It's going to be hard to stop this team, and they definitely are the favorites right now for the World Series. They easily have the best record in all of baseball. And it's certainly going to be a challenge for Arizona here in these 4 games, but I definitely think the Diamondbacks have a chance to make some ground in the division and in this series. So here's Game 1 at Dodger Stadium, as the Diamondbacks are currently sitting 31 games above 500, which is crazy considering last year at this point, the Diamondbacks were probably close to 31 games under 500. Anyway, on the mound today for the Dodgers will be Julio Urias, 9-3 with a 4.57 ERA for the Mexico native. Solid year. Nothing special, but not totally awful. As first batter of the game would be Nick Williams. Full count, and he's going to let it rip. As Williams starting this game off with a base knock. Diamondbacks trying to start hot early. And then Marcell Ozuna, he's trying to start this game off pretty darn well. As Ozuna lifts the ball high and deep into center field. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a bomb, and the Diamondbacks would take a 2-0 lead. Very quick start for Arizona. Home run number 28 for Marcell Ozuna. Tied for 3rd in the National League. He's actually tied with his teammate Jake Lamb. On the mound today for the Diamondbacks is Robbie Ray, 13-3, 2.54 ERA. He is having a Cy Young-esque season as he strikes out Corey Seager on the slider. Very nice pitch right there. And then the second inning. Same outside slider, same corner. This time it gets Cody Bellinger swinging. And then the first hit of the ball game for the Dodgers, I believe that's Kike Hernandez ripping a single. However, it wouldn't really matter as A.J. Pollock, the former Diamondback, striking out. Now into inning number 3, Ozuna, who hit the home run back in the 3rd inning, would rip a 1-out single as the Diamondbacks trying to continue their nice little start. However, Moustakas would strike out. And Ozuna, he's trying to head to second because he assumed that Moustakas would be thrown out at first. But the Dodgers are actually going to get a double play on that one. Now, bottom 3rd, Brad Miller getting the corners painted on that one. And then Julio Urias, more blind than Helen Keller. Don't really know what he was swinging at. Now on to the top of a 4th inning, Marcus Semien, the trade deadline acquisition, going down on a low curveball. With 2 outs and a runner on, Jake Lamb would be walked. Inside fastball looked like a strike, but now 2-1 and 2 out for Caleb Joseph, getting the start for Wellington Castillo, who got the day off in this one as he would fly out to left. So that bad call by the umpire didn't really mean anything as we now head to the bottom of the 4th. Corey Seager, or that's Cody Bellinger, sorry. Bellinger once again going down on the slider. Now inning number 5, Marcell Ozuna. Nice day for him so far, but Urias painting the corners. Very nice pitch. As other than the Ozuna home run, Julio Urias is pitching really well here. Now to inning number 6, David Peralta, more blind than Helen Keller. I don't know what he was swinging at. However, it's a wild pitch, and Peralta is able to get to first. So he's very lucky, even though he made an awful judgment on that one. And then speaking of awful judgment, Edwin Encarnacion starting in place of Pavin Smith, who also got the day off. He's going to swing in at an ugly pitch as Justin Turner, he thought that was a walk. However, the check swing will be called a strike There's a look at team ERA. Proof why these two teams are so good. Dodgers number 1, D-backs number 4. And then look at this. Jake Lamb hits a weak shot down the third base line, but because of the shift, it's going to get past the third baseman. Then it just stops in left field, and Lamb is somehow able to start the 7th inning off with a double. You don't see plays like that every day. And that's why analytics are ruining the game of baseball, folks. Plays like that could have been an out otherwise. This year's Caleb Joseph grounding out into a double play, and that's because of shaky base running from Jake Lamb. Not the first base running error in this one for Arizona. A few questionable calls by them. Now bottom 7, Cody Bellinger strikes out on the curveball. He gets the hat trick. And then with 1 out, 6-4-3 double plays. The Diamondbacks have more chemistry than a science project. Robbie Ray casually pitching a one-hitter up to this point. He's allowed a few base runners on walks, but he's allowed 1 hit this whole game, which was back in the 2nd inning. Now top 8, Nick Williams, who had the single to start the game off. He is going to round second. He's risking it for the biscuit, and he is barely called safe. That would have been another bad base running blunder for Arizona, but they do get lucky. Williams 6 triple on the season. However, the next batter, Marcell Ozuna, would swing and miss at the low changeups. Now there's 1 out. Moustakas would strike out, and now the Diamondbacks are going to need to score Nick Williams off a base hit, and instead, Williams, for whatever reason, decided to run home, so there's your base running blunder for Mr. Williams, as he would be out. Now, 8th inning, nice play at the hot corner from Jake Lamb. However, Pavin Smith would bobble it, or Edwin Encarnacion, would bobble it. So that does get a base runner. It would be called an error, as Jock Peterson striking out. Now into the 9th inning. That's David Peralta up as he tries to outrun the pitcher, and he sure does. Nice hustle from the veteran David Peralta. Then Edwin Encarnacion. He's going to rip a shot down the third base line, and there, that would be a 1-out double. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Arizona. This is their chance to get funky with it. Pedro Baez would intentionally walk the next batter, which would be Jake Lamb. Probably a smart move on him, since Jake Lamb has been tearing up righties lately, so that will load the bases with 1 out for the pinch hitter Wellington Castillo, as of course he did get the day off, but he will get to see this one, as that one is a weak fly out to right field. Peralta not going to head home on that, so now the Diamondbacks are going to need to score off a walk and a base hit. Here comes up Pavin Smith, who also got the day off. He's coming in for the pitcher spot, so no complete game shutout for Robbie Ray, as Smith sliding out at first. So the Dodgers get out of a jam, as here comes on Archie Bradley. He's had a hell of a season, going for save number 40. He's only blown 1 save all year, 1.48 ERA. Is Justin Turner. You might as well call him a window shopper, because he's just looking. And then with a runner on first off of a walk, the Dodgers get a base hit. He's headed for third, so now runners, or actually, he'd actually be tagged out. Questionable base running blunder for the Dodgers. That could really cost them. So once again, back to square one. Runner on first, and Cody Bellinger would strike out for a 4th time in this ball game, as the Diamondbacks pitch a 2-hitter. Only 1 allowed by Robbie Ray, who, the more and more he pitches well, he's not only talking about Cy Young conversation, but you can maybe make a case for Robbie Ray as the NL MVP. So the next 2 games will go into quick manage. Taijuan Walker on the mound for the Diamondbacks, as he allows 2 in the 1st inning, starting to cool off now. Arizona puts up a 5 spot in the 4th inning, so it's a 5-2 lead right now. Dodgers put up 1 in the 6th, as Taijuan Walker, his day would be done. Tony Watson would enter. He has a nice 7th inning. Still nothing going for the Diamondbacks other than that 1 nice inning. Now into the 8th inning, Diego Castillo, will be put in the game. He does not allow anything. So now, closing time, Archie Bradley going for the save, and he does just that as the Diamondbacks take a 2-0 series lead over the best team in baseball, which is very impressive. Walker with the win, Kenta Maeda with the loss. So Touki Toussaint on the mound in this one for the D-backs. He allows 3 in the 1st inning, and the Diamondbacks are able to put up 3 in the 4th. So the Diamondbacks can only do damage in the 4th inning. Dodgers put up 2 in the 5th, making it 5-3. Toussaint would end, and the Diamondbacks will put Matt Andreessen. Good 6th inning from him. Diamondbacks still nothing going up in the 4th, as now heading into the bottom of the 8th, Andrew Miller would enter the game. He allows 2 runs, so the Dodgers are up by 4, and they would be able to get the win. So they make the series 2-1, and they're going to try to go for the series tie here in Game 4 of the set. And they have Clayton Kershaw going to the mound, so it won't be easy. Not a great weather day here in Los Angeles, California at Dodger Stadium. Something you don't say every day, but it is raining, as here comes Clayton Kershaw, of course, the ace, having a phenomenal season like always, 13-17, 2.56 ERA. He has pitched incredible, just like always, as Nick Williams goes down on the nasty slow slider to start off the ball game. Kershaw's first, or probably many strikeouts in this game. And then Marcell Ozuna, that was a beauty right down Main Street. He's just looking at it. So on the mound today for the D-backs will be rookie Jon Duplantier. 9-11 with a 4.86 ERA. Not a great rookie year, but he definitely has shown flashes at times. First batter, Andrew Toles down the line and fair, as Toles gets the Dodgers started off in this game with a base runner. However, Justin Turner would strike out, and then Corey Seager. That one would go off of the wall in right field. Toles is busting his butt. He's easily going to head home, or he's not going to head home, actually. He's going to stay at third, my apologies. Cody Bellinger would be walked, leaving the bases loaded with one out, as the D-backs are going to try to turn the double play. Chris Taylor strikes out, so I'm sure the Diamondbacks aren't too mad. And then the Dodgers would fly out. Ketel Marte starting for Marcus Semien, who got the day off, is able to make that play. So the Dodgers leave them loaded after one. Duplantier getting out of a jam. Now second inning, David Peralta swinging at an ugly pitch once again, just like game one of the set. And then here's Pavin Smith going down on a low fastball. Absolute beauty from Kershaw. Now bottom two, Chris Taylor going down on the nasty cutter. Inning number 3, Ketel Marte up, as the perfect game bid for Kershaw is over. Ketel Marte not having a great year off the bench, but he does get a nice base hit right there, starting the Diamondbacks off with a double. Next batter will be Jake Lamb. Obviously, he's not great against lefties. However, he does hit that one over Chris Taylor's head. Ketel Marte rounding third, headed home. Jake Lamb is going to head for third base, trying to go for the triple, and he is somehow safe. I thought the Dodgers gunned him down. So that'll be an RBI triple for Jake Lamb as the Diamondbacks take a 1-0 lead. However, Lamb would not be able to score, as the next 3 batters will be out, including a strikeout for Ozuna, as Lamb of the hot corner making a nice play. Corey Seager thought that was an easy double. No can do, kiddo. Cody Bellinger, he swung at that pitch probably before Duplantier pitched it, basically. So now, bottom 4, that one is an absolute moonshot for the Los Angeles Dodgers, tying the game up at 1 apiece, as that's going to be Jock Peterson with that one, home run number 14 on the campaign for Peterson, as just like that, this game is tied up at 1. New game right now for the Dodgers, as Peterson showing off the bat. There's Jake Lamb. He had a questionable walk in the first game, and then another questionable call by the umpires there. However, the next batter is Jon Duplantier, and chances are he's going to strike out, as he does right there, ending the top of the 5th. Only 2 hits so far for Arizona, as Andrew Toles, that one will creep there. No, it's just foul. The Diamondbacks are so lucky, and instead, they get to get the force out at second. Toles is safe at first, but it wouldn't matter as Corey Seager with a weak flyout to Jake Lamb. So this game could be 3-1 right now. Arizona is very lucky. On to the 6th, Nick Williams striking out. Nice slider from Clayton Kershaw. That one is an absolute bomb hit into right field. However, it would be caught, as that one really looked like it was going to be gone, but I guess it went too high. And then Willington Castillo, the catcher, would strike out, ending the top of the 6th. Kershaw still pitching a gem up to this point. So now bottom 6, here's Peterson lining out to Pavin Smith. Very nice. Or Cody Bellinger, sorry, lining out to Smith. And then as you can see, the umpire's talking with manager Brian Quinones, as we have a 45-minute rain delay, as it was raining. This isn't too big of a surprise. So 45 minutes later, Jon Duplantier's day is done. Diego Castillo is already warming up in the bullpen, so he would enter the game. And his first batter would actually rip a nice hit into left center field. Nick Williams does not make a good play on it, and that'll be a 2-out double for the Dodgers. Time to start a rally, maybe? There's certainly a chance. That would bring up Brad Miller who would just strike out at the low fastball. So all of that fun for nothing as Diego Castillo pumped to get out of the inning. Now top 7, Pavin Smith striking out, lefty on lefty crime. Kershaw is the usual victor. And then strikeout number 12 for Kershaw. He gets Jake Lamb out. 7 innings of work, only 1 run, allowing 4 hits for Kershaw. That would end his days. Kike Hernandez striking out from the veteran pitcher Andrew Miller. Now on to the 8th inning. Another strikeout here for Arizona. That time it's the pitch hitter Marcus Semien, as this is just nothing short of a pitcher's duel. Bottom 8 for Nick Williams. Questionable call by the umps. It looked like an outside fastball, but they're going to give Ferguson the strikeout. Now top 9. Guess who it is? Wellington Money Castillo. This guy is the definition of clutch. When it's in the 9th inning, when it's a close game, you can count on this guy. And Castillo showing his worth as the Diamondbacks take a 2-1 lead. Their first run since, I believe, the 3rd inning. And then here comes on Archie Bradley for the save. Pretty much a guaranteed 3 outs here for the Diamondbacks. I assume they'll be able to do it easily as Chris Taylor goes down looking for the first out of the frame. Bradley's first K. He, believe it or not, is 2nd in the NL in saves, not 1st. That goes to Raisel Iglesias. However, his ERA is in the 2s, whereas Bradley's is in the 1s. Now 2 outs for Brad Miller. Weak fly out to left field. Nick Williams will make the play. And the Diamondbacks win 3 out of 4 in this stadium on the road in the series against the Dodgers. So I think Arizona has to be happy with that. Winning 3 of 4 on the road against the best team in baseball, I don't think they can complain. Only 3 games now behind the Dodgers. Maybe Arizona goes for some waiver trades. Maybe they'll go after a guy like Neil Walker from the Marlins, who's been tearing it up this season. Total all-star snub. I don't know how Brian Anderson made it over him, as Neil Walker has been incredible. The Diamondbacks have briefly talked about Walker at the Marlins, and the Marlins will pretty much just take anyone for him. So that'll do it for the video. One final look at the series. 2-0, 5-3, 3-7, and 2-1. And watch out, folks. The Arizona Diamondbacks are legit. Once again, only 3 games back. 10 games ahead of the Reds, who are the 2nd wildcard team. So barring a collapse, it's pretty much a guarantee that you'll see Arizona in the postseason. And it's really just a matter of how far Arizona can make it. Do you think we're legit contenders? Let me know in the comments below.